Okie dokie. I think we're going to get started now. Um, and folks that are trickling in can trickle in. And then this will also be for the future TV people. So, how you doing, everybody? My name is Jackson Alexander. I'm the immersive lead here at Texas Immersive Institute, UT Austin. I'm joined here by Mark Witt, who is a part of our tech partner for the BuildFest 2026 scenery. Mark, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yes, I think you named it. I'm one of the founders. We started a long time ago, almost like a decade, with a lot of focus on location-based augmented reality, and have been creating two platforms since then, and which resulted in Scenery really. So I'm happy to be here and share a bit more on how creation looks and feels like on this tech.
Yeah, and I'm sure with the turnover of Eighth Wall being a WebXR platform, I'm sure people are really wondering, what is like the next thing? What are the alternatives to that? Where is AR going to go from here? And Scenery is definitely going to be one of the players in it to kind of help bring AR and continue it into the future as those gaps are being left by other technologies. And we're really excited to show you it today. So I'm going to share my screen here. Sorry for the bit of inception that you'll see. If you don't know, Scenery is an iOS application that you all can download from the Apple Store, either on your iPad, on your Mac, and also on your iPhone. On your iPhone, it is primarily used to view experiences that you will create on here. And then your iPad and Mac device are able to actually open up the Scenery editor here and dive in and kind of explore and go through that. And we'll go through the details. And yes, the workshop is being recorded. So we'll be going through the details of Scenery here in just a second. But I wanted to do a small preamble for folks that maybe don't have as much experience with, say, AR, with 3D modeling. Maybe you need a little bit of a precursor of what it's like to work in Scenery. So we're going to spend just a small bit of time talking about that, particularly for the BuildFest 2026. This being a 3D platform, we want to use 3D models, we want to use assets in all combination for the experiences that we want. And if we remember, our 2026 BuildFest theme is belonging. So we want to create an experience with your teammates that foster a sense of belonging. And towards the end of the workshop here, we'll kind of go over some existing AR experiences that have that as their theme, just to gain some inspiration as you guys kind of learn a little bit about Scenery and where you can take that and formulate some ideas as we go into BuildFest towards the end of the month. So one of the first things is just to give you guys a little bit of resources in regards to, where do I go to find 3D assets? Where do I go to, I'm not a modeler, I don't know Blender, I don't know Maya, but I really want to create, right? I really want to dig into this tool. Well, there's plenty of resources that you can find online to help you bridge the gap in those resources for 3D. One of the best ones that we have here is fab.com, also formerly Sketchfab. Sketchfab will actually bring you to this site now, which is in collaboration with Unity. All it takes is a Unity account to be able to download assets. But as you can see here, there's a ton of different options that you have here. So as you're thinking about your experience and what you'd like it to be, this can be a great place for you to come and, just search up if you need to have trees in your environment. It's very easily to come to the price, right? And, select something like show only free products. And then you have a lot of these different tree options that you can bring in. Something important, though, as you go to do these is that you're going to want to pay attention to the poly count, right? Because this is an AR experience. This is ran mostly on mobile phones and mobile devices, so that hardware isn't as powerful as if you had a beefy gaming PC. So when you come into any of your 3D models that you'd like to download, it's always really important to come here and kind of look at the triangle total that you have here. And Mark, what would you say for like most singular 3D assets is like the triangle density that you want to hit?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it really depends on the overall scope of the experience. But I think like if you keep it below 100,000 polys, that's a good rule of thumb. Also, in terms of like the texture resolution, it's good to keep that around 2K max. Yeah, you can always try to go higher if there is more performance headroom on the device that you're trying it out. But that's what I would try to stick to. And then if you see also that because your experience consists of like loads of these 3D assets, or it's becoming really big and complex, to also keep that in mind and potentially go into the asset and reduce the texture resolution, for example, as that's also really helpful.
Yeah, there's a ton of different techniques and things that you can engage with to get 3D models that will work in your scene. Like this one looks like it has a lot of detail, and it looks like it is a little bit higher quality, but it even comes in here at 360 triangles, which is great, which means your experience is going to be super optimized. So that's just a note of where to go when you're like, I would really love to build on this, but I just don't have anything to work with. These kinds of sites can bridge the gap for you. Additionally, TurboSquid is also a resource that you can come in and find plenty of free resources as well. In addition to CG Trader, where you just have to sign up for an account, and you have a ton of different options here. Some really high quality things. You can find really low quality models. But that is just a quick resource as you're in BuildFest, trying to build out your experience and where you can go to find some of these resources. So you're not totally starting from a blank place, and especially if you don't have experience with any of the 3D modeling or like 3D knowledge. Additionally, when it comes to different assets, we'll have some workshop assets that will be available in here. I wanted to bring up the scenery Notion page that we created here. I'll copy this link for you all and I'll paste it here in the chat. This will be available, and this will be a resource for you all to come in as we fill it out more with different resources, different tutorials, and different references. In addition to that, this is where you can also find the workshop materials that we'll go through in this box link. And this is where we're just going to put a few different assets that we'll cover over today and that you'll see in some of the tutorial videos as well, for you to be able to come and download and try things out, just in case, again, it is a little bit intimidating and you need to find like a 2D asset of an image target of some kind, or you need a transparent PNG, or you need transparent video. Those will be in here as we go through like the workshop and things like that. But just knowing, I think having a little bit of experience with like 2D video and 3D and 2D images will also be helpful as well. And we'll provide those to you just to have something that if you want to follow along or want to dig into scenery and build some things for yourself, we can do that. Also, I think we will be having, what do we call them, Mark? Not coupons, but some free free scenery tokens. Thank you, to help students and folks that want to dig into scenery and want to start experimenting with it, for you guys to be able to have and try it out as well. There is also a free tutorial or a free trial for a week on there as well. Mark, did you want to add anything else in there?
Yeah, that is correct. And I think like something that's getting a lot better is generative workflows for 3D as well. So like the image to 3D as well as text to 3D models are becoming more and more powerful. So that is something I think that we'll also highlight in the resources, right? That can be really useful, that you think about an image or you just describe it and it basically becomes a 3D model. This is specifically for not like super high quality production assets, quite useful. And yeah, there's quite a few tools out there, and that are also like free to use if you at least for the first couple of assets. So that might be useful as well.
Yeah. So we want to get scrappy. We want to get fast. We want to focus on building the ideas and try to limit the barrier that asset creation or anything like that may cause, because it's more important to be telling your stories for the social good, for the sense of belonging. Again, highlighting the wiki page here One of the great things that will be online as well, if you want to take your scenery knowledge further, past just this workshop, is the
Hey there, and welcome to Scenery Fundamentals.
Sorry about that. Is the Scenery YouTube series for the fundamentals. So you can come in here, and on that wiki page, you'll be able to find all the different videos that Mark and his team have put up as well. That will explain everything there is about scenery. So outside this workshop, if you're still desiring more or wanting to look into more things, you can find that here or on the wiki page, or also search it on YouTube as well. Scenery uses usdz assets, 3D assets. So many times in those 3D websites that you had seen before that I showed you, they will be either like GLB or .fbx or .obj. And one of the tools we have here, this reality converter, is a really handy tool in case you are unable to find a USDZ of the asset you want to use. You can come to this reality converter, and it will look something like this. So if, for instance, I have, let me get Finder up here. For instance, if I have this really cool looking cowboy hat .glb, it doesn't like me to view it. Obviously, I can't view it in here. I can take a cowboy hat that I downloaded from online. I can bring it over to this reality converter, and then you'll see it'll help me convert this hat into a GLB. And then I just simply click to the share, export, and then I'll have a similar USDZ that I can use here. Just wanted to highlight that this tool is here in the resources in the Notion where you can find it. So yeah, don't be afraid to use that as well. Again, just trying to give you more tools to help shortcut some things.